All right, good morning. Welcome. So, we'll start in a seated position today. So, find your comfortable seat, whether you're cross legged like I'm sitting or sitting in another way if you prefer. Just take a moment to kind of settle into your seat. Allow your eyes to close as you start to check in with your body. And so, just begin by noticing any physical sensations that might be present. Any thoughts, any emotions that might also be present. And always remember that if anything that we do doesn't feel right in your body, you can always skip it or do something slightly different. All right, we'll guide our palms together in front of the heart, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward and up. Just begin to reach up through one hand and up through the other side, left and right, lengthening each side of the torso, gently tugging on the fingers a little bit to sense into each palm, inside of each wrist. All right, and then as you release your hands, take them behind the back, interlace the fingers there, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up across the chest, and start to turn the head from side to side. All right, and then lift the chin up and drop it down. Again, lifting up and dropping down. Once more, lifting and dropping. All right, so as you bring your head back up to center, release the arms out to the sides, and then turn the right palm up, and then the left palm down. And then exaggerate that movement a little bit so that when this right palm is turning up, the thumb is pointing back and even possibly down a little bit as far as possible so that this arm is externally rotating. So it's rotating backwards. And then the left arm is doing the opposite. It's rolling forward. All right, so you'll look towards the right hand, so looking towards the upturned palm, and then turn your head the opposite way and switch the arms. So one arm is rolling in, the arm you're not looking at, and then one arm is rolling back, the arm you are looking at. All right, and then just switch a few times at your own speed, turning the head as you switch your arms. And then even though you might be looking at your palms, let the movement be initiated from the shoulders so that it's truly your whole arm rolling backwards or forwards. Just take another breath or two. All right, as you next bring your head back to center, bring your arms forward, and then we'll just take the left arm underneath. Twist the arms together. If this doesn't quite work, just take elbows and palms together. And then start to reach the fingertips up toward the ceiling as you invite a stretch into the space between the shoulder blades. Breathing in deeply, send some space into that space between the shoulder blades. Exhale, relaxing into the shape. Take 2 more breaths. All right, and then unravel your arms, take them behind the back again, but this time as you interlace your fingers, take your opposite thumb on top, so the non-habitual thumb on top. So just let everything kind of slide up one finger. And then we'll scoot the knuckles over towards the right side of the waist. Let the head fall over to the right. Begin to stretch the left side of the neck as well as the left side of the jaw. So you let your mouth open a little bit. As you let that sense of ease kind of go all the way from the left shoulder up to the left side of the jaw. And then take the head a small amount forward and back. Again, slightly forward and back. All right, and then guide the head up to center. We'll scoot the knuckles over to the other side, over to the left, and drop the head over to the left. Again, now sensing into the right side of the neck, as well as up into the jaw. The mouth slightly open. And take the head a little bit forward. And back. Again, forward. And back. All right, now as you bring your head back up to center, free the arms back out to the sides, and then this time we'll take the right arm underneath. Twist the arms together, or elbows and palms together. Fingertips start to reach up. Inhaling into the space between the shoulder blades. Exhale and relax into the shape. Take a couple of breaths. And one more. All right, and then unravel the arms and then come down onto your back. As you come down onto your back, straighten out your left leg. Take your right knee into your chest, give it a gentle squeeze, and then move it a bit side to side. Start to rotate through the right ankle. Wiggle and move the toes. All right, and then shift the rotation into your right hip. Release the arms down to the floor. And then let that right knee draw a big circle in space. And then change directions. All right, so the next time your right knee comes into your chest, go ahead and catch it again. Pick the head up, bring the forehead toward the knee, take a breath. And then release your head. Take the right knee over toward the floor on the left. As you start to build your twist, rolling over so that you're fully on your left hip, so your hips are stacked. And then we'll take that right hand to the right shoulder and just start to rotate a couple of times before we come fully into the twist. So lots of space here for this right elbow to draw an imaginary circle in space above your body. So really let this circle be nice and big. A couple times the opposite way. All right, and then take that right arm all the way up and over toward the floor on the right, which might mean that if you want some support underneath your right arm, maybe there's a block or a pillow or a blanket that you might put underneath it. Same with this bent right knee. If you want some support, give yourself that support via a prop. And then take 3 deep breaths. All right, so after your third breath, guide that still bent right knee back to center and then let it drop out to the right side, almost like a tree pose, but laying on your back. And then bend the left knee, walk the foot in. Now cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Guide the legs in toward the chest, reaching through for that left leg, and rock a little side to side. All right, then release the feet down to the floor. Let the knees sway a few times from side to side. And then straighten out the right leg. Take the left knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. Move it a little bit from side to side. Begin to rotate through the left ankle. Wiggle and move the toes. And then take the rotation up into your left hip as you release your arms and begin to draw that circle with your left knee. A few times in one direction. And a few times the opposite way. So that now the next time your left knee comes into your chest, go ahead and catch it. Pick your head up and bring your forehead toward your knee. Take a breath. And release the head to the floor. Take the left knee over toward the floor on the right. So rolling fully onto your right hip, then take the left hand to the left shoulder. And we'll take just a few circles each way. And again, really let this circle be nice and big. Change directions if you haven't already. All right, and then take that left arm all the way up and over toward the floor on the left side. Again, if you want any support underneath your left arm, your left knee, or any other part of the body, feel free to support yourself in that way. And then we'll take 3 deep breaths here. All right, so then after your third breath, guide that still bent left knee slowly back through center, and then let it drop out to the left side. Again, kind of like a tree pose, but laying on your back. Let that left leg be heavy, dropping in the opposite direction. And now as you bend your right knee, walk the right foot in, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, guide the legs into the chest, reaching through for that right leg, and rock a little side to side. All right, and then release the feet down to the floor. Again, step them about as wide as the mat and just gently sway the knees from side to side. And I like to step the feet as wide as the mat here so that the legs can truly roll in and out as far as they're capable without necessarily bumping into each other. All right, and then roll to one side. Press yourself up onto hands and knees. As you come to hands and knees, we'll take the hands underneath the shoulders knees underneath the hips. And then move through a few cycles of cat and cow. So each time you drop the belly, breathe in. Each time you tuck the tail and round the back, you breathe out. And just go at your own speed, sensing and feeling into the torso. Gently waking up the body. All right, one more breath like that. All right, as your torso comes back to neutral, we'll tuck our toes under, lift the knees, head all the way up into downward facing dog. Feel free to start with your knees considerably bent and then drop one heel toward the floor as the opposite knee bends, pausing and sensing into the back of the straighter leg, switching back and forth a few times. Noticing too that if you're doing this where one leg is fairly straight and the other is very bent, notice how the weight shifts in your hands as you shift the bendedness of each leg. All right, and then walk hands and feet toward each other so that you come briefly into your forward fold. And then just keep walking your hands up the fronts of your legs as you rise to stand. And then we'll step the left foot forward. Step the right foot back. Just about a couple of feet between your feet. But the front of your torso is still basically facing the front of the mat. So not a super wide stance. And then we'll take our arms forward, let the palms come to touch. And then inhale as you feel that space between the shoulder blades inflating. And then exhale as you twist to the left, sending your left arm out and back. Another inhale as the palms come back together. This time twisting to the right, but take the right arm up and back. Inhale that right arm up and forward. Exhale, twist to the left, out and back. Again, inhale, left hand, forward. Exhale, right arm, up and back. Inhale, right arm up and forward. Exhale, left arm back. Inhale, back to center. All right, last time to the right. Exhale, right arm up and back. Inhale the right arm forward. And then pull your hands in toward your heart. Shift your weight forward so that you've got most of the weight on your left foot, a little bit of weight in the right foot. And then we'll transfer the hands to the hips, let the elbows point back. And then as you keep shifting more and more weight into your left foot, experiment with lifting the right leg up. Now you can lift it up as much as you'd like, but just imagine that the top of your head and the bottom of your right foot are 2 points on the same line. So any amount you lift your leg, your torso is coming forward to counterbalance. You might keep your hands at your hips. Take the arms out or forward. One more breath. And then slowly lift up. Take the right foot to the floor. If you want to give your left leg a little shake out, you can. And then with your weight now in your right foot, step back with your left foot. All right, just as we did before, a couple of feet between the feet. Not the widest possible stance, but a decent distance. Front of the body is facing towards the top of the mat. We'll guide the palms together. Again, inhale, inflating that space between the shoulder blades. Exhale as you twist to the right, send the right arm out and back. Inhale that right hand forward again. Exhale to the left, left arm up and back. Inhale, left arm up and forward. Exhale, twist to the right, out and back. Inhale, right hand forward. Exhale to the left, up and back. Inhale, up and forward. Exhale, out and back. Inhale, right arm forward. Last time to the left, exhale. Inhale, left hand forward. All right, pull the hands into the heart. Shift your weight forward. So now we're going to start balancing on this right foot. Little bit of weight in the left foot to start. Keep shifting the weight into the right foot. Lift your left leg up a little bit or a lot. You might transfer your hands to your hips. Reach your arms out to the sides or forward. But again, imagine that your torso and your left leg are the same limb in a certain type of way, that any amount you're lifting your left leg, your torso is coming forward to find balance. Take one more breath. And then slowly lift up. Take the left foot to the floor. And give that right leg a little shake out if you want to. And then we'll take our feet to hip distance apart. With an inhale, find chair pose. Pause here as you exhale and just release the arms down and back. So just reaching the arms back as far as they're able to reach. We'll take another inhale as the arms go forward and up once again. This time as you exhale, fold over your legs. Hands to the floor, step back, downward dog. And the second time in downward dog, take a slightly different distance between your feet than perhaps is the habit. So with very familiar poses, we tend to have a habitual way that we practice them. So take a slightly different distance between your feet and notice how that changes the sensation profile that you experience in your body. All right, then with your next in-breath, rock forward, finding plank pose. Pause here as you exhale. Take another breath in. And exhale back to downward dog. All right, release down to your knees. And then we'll come back into our seated position for a brief little breathing practice. All right, so as you come back into your comfortable seat, you might again be cross-legged or sitting in another way. We'll practice Kapalabhati first, just about 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. Exhaling out your nose, just like you're blowing your nose. And then as you release that abdominal contraction of the exhale, you just let the breath flow back in without really concentrating quite as much on the inhale. And so I'll go at about a moderate pace. You can go a similar speed, you can go slower, you can go faster as you wish. All right, so sitting up nice and tall. Take your attention to your belly and let's begin. And now releasing control of the breath. Begin to feel the breath flow in and out of the body without restriction, to the speed or to the volume. Now we'll take one hand to the heart center and one hand to the belly. And then the next time that you breathe into the count of 3. Hold the breath in for 3 more counts. And then exhale to the count of 6. Again, inhale to 3. Hold it in for 3. Exhale to 6. Inhale to 3. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Hold. Exhale. I release the hands down to rest on the thighs or knees. And again, take a few unrestricted breaths, unrestricted in pace or volume. And then we'll guide our palms together in front of the heart. As we bow to the light within ourselves, we also bow to the light within each other. Namaste.